Customer calls into a Samsung fridge freezer. She reports the fridge is freezing all the stuff. Give this apple a squeeze, that's frozen all the way through. The problem lies behind this back cover. There's 3 screws to remove, then it's just a case of pulling it away from the back wall. It takes a bit of force, just be careful not to snap any plastic. Weight cover's removed, the problem's exactly what I thought. This is a damper, it opens when the fridge needs cooling and closes when it's at correct temperature. Because this one snapped, the fridge is basically the same temperature as freezer. They can also fail when they're closed, meaning no cold air can get up to the fridge. This is the hole to the freezer that the damper sits on. Cold air gets blown up from freezer, keeping everything cold. The next day, when parts arrived, it's just a case of installing it. I know I give Samsung a lot of hate, but apart from door wiring issues, drain blockages, sensor issues, heating elements failing, fans that break, display boards dying, and this problem, they're not actually that bad. Then it's just a case of installing a new damper. To be fair to Samsung, this one's quite easy to swap out. We give it a watch to make sure it opens and closes when required. This is a forced air fridge as opposed to a wet wall. If you're experiencing issues with your fridge but the freezer's okay, this could be a problem. Give it a good wipe down, we might as well notes in it. Fridge is now cooling correctly, customers happy, no more frozen apples. I get a lot of calls for fridge freezers when water's leaking out at front of the freezer. Got one the other day for this Samsung American style. Customers write, there's water forming in base at freezer and that's leaking out onto the front. Every morning they're waking up to a big pile of water in front. What we've got to do, remove that front cover and you can see there, that drain hole, it's all blocked up with ice. Use a kettle to melt all this. Normally we'd use a steamer, but I want to show you what you've got to do if you've not got a steamer and you've just got a kettle hander. This could take a while, just depends how blocked it is. When we've drained this blockage off, you can see all water leaving there. We need to figure out a way to transfer heat from the heating element to that drain.
Wire.
Bit of copper wire, strip that down with your snips. This is just going to transfer heat when that heating element comes on, making it virtually impossible for ice to build up in that drain. It's completely safe at machine and it almost guarantees this fault will never reoccur. Got called into a fridge that were tripping customers' electrics, tested the fridge independently just to confirm it was that was tripping and not any other appliance in kitchen. 9 times out of 10, if a fridge is tripping your electrics, it's going to be down to a defrost heater. On this Samsung model, there's one in the freezer and one in the fridge. Start off with fridge, remove this back cover, and it gives us access to the defrost heater, which is that component on bottom. Obviously, we need to test that independently and confirm it's the fridge defrost heater and not the freezer defrost heater that's faulty. A couple of days later, when new heaters arrived, we're ready to fit it. The customer were obviously concerned about losing any food inside his fridge. It would have happened if the machine kept tripping. What we're able to do is disconnect the faulty heater, making sure the machine won't trip, but it's still obviously able to cool down. This means though that ice has built up since the last couple of days. All we've got to do is just be very careful when removing this back cover. So get a steamer out and remove all the ice. They're very prone to snapping and they need to be warmed up before removing. All ice is there, built up on evaporator. Like I said, if there's no heater that's activating, none of that ice is getting melted away, so it's just going to build up over time. It's not really advisable to do this, but for a couple of days, customer were happy with it as long as he got to keep all his food. So all we've got to do, take the old heater out, put the new one in. Give everything a good wipe down with a towel. When we've done all that, machine's ready to go. Machine's now fixed, customer's happy. All we had to change was this heater. Samsung appliances and board issues seem to go hand in hand. We've got one here, you can see this display's either completely not responding or it puts itself in vacation mode randomly. What we've got to do, we've got to change this board out here. They're relatively cheap, thankfully. You can pick them up on eBay for about 40 quid. To replace this, we need to remove the door, so remove all bits out of it, and then we've got these plastic covers all the way along top. Little screwdriver, remove all these bits of plastic. You can see we've got 2 screws holding door in place. Remove those, and then door should be free from machine. We've got one more screw that's hiding behind this plastic cover. Take that off, and then display panel should come free. You can see we've got his board there. Take that off, and look at it inquisitively. Replace it with a new board. Fit your door. Re-screw everything back in, and that machine should be working fine. Called into a Miele fridge freezer that wasn't cooling. Open freezer door and listen for this sound. That's the sound of the fan hitting ice that's built up over time. Remote freezer drawers. As you can see, ice pops have turned into just pops. There's no ice. As you can see, entire back wall's covered in ice. We need to get all this removed. Just stop blasting with steamer, get rid of all that ice. What effectively happens, this ice builds up over time. It restricts airflow in freezer. that messes with the readings that the sensors feed back to the board, and it just causes a load of issues in relation to cooling. Every time I've run into these, removing all this ice has cleared the fault. We've tested all these components individually off camera and verified that they're working. If you're having problems like this on this range of Miele fridge freezers, open door, leave it turned off for 24 hours, let it defrost, and hopefully that's all you're going to need to resolve this fault. Working on a Beko fridge freezer where water's leaking out of the freezer. Similar concept to that problem we had on the Samsung. So water can't drain where it needs to, so it's leaking out front of the freezer. Remove this front cover. Beko actually had the foresight to install a drain heater, so we won't need to use that little wire trick. Samsung probably cost you 3 times as much, and you need to use a piece of wire, whereas Beko, they've already thought of that. We need to rule out that heater as being the issue, so find the connector, test it with a multimeter. That's got continuity, so that's fine. Come round to the back, you can see the water tray there. Water drains off front freezer, lands in this little tray, and then gets evaporated by heater compressor. There's a grommet on end of these. Now for some reason this was bent so water couldn't get through. Purpose is to let water through but not let warm air back into the freezer. Drain it off and make sure we're draining water through. Put your grommet back into place, reinstall everything, and then this fault shouldn't come back. A common issue on American style fridge freezers is sometimes you'll get it where the freezer's cold but there's no cold air in fridge. This is a damper or a temperature regulator. Basically this little flap opens and closes whenever the fridge needs cold air. If it's cold enough, it'll obviously close and stop that cold air. We want to confirm this is working. If it's not, it's a really easy fix. Sometimes they freeze over or just stop working altogether. So this is something you want to check if you're experiencing this fault. In this case, it's working perfectly fine. Go back into the freezer. We can see we've got a load of ice build up. Grab steamer, warm all this plastic up. It's very brittle, obviously gets to incredibly cold temperatures. We want to warm it up before we try and take it off because they are prone to snapping. Remove all this ice, remove this back wall, and then we can see we've got a broken fan. The way it's broke has stopped it from turning, so that's obviously not allowing cold air into the fridge. We'll remove this and replace it, and we'll do all that in another video. Called into a repair on a Beko fridge freezer. Water's not draining away, so it's pooling up at bottom at freezer, icing up and making drawers impossible to remove. Turn machine off. What we need to do, remove all this ice initially, just crack it with a screwdriver. Any stubborn bits, just give them a smash and they'll eventually come loose. The reason this happens is we've got our drain heater, you can see it there, it's all mangled and warped. We tested this off camera, verified that it was faulty. Drain heater does exactly what you'd expect it to. When water piles up in the drain, this heater activates intermittently just to make sure nothing can freeze over and block that drain hole. This has obviously failed, so it's not doing that. We need to grab a steamer. If we're lucky, we can unblock this drain from top and we ain't got a remote machine. Give it a good blast with steamer and then we want to see all that water draining away. Now we've cleared that blockage, we need to fit a new heater, so this obviously don't happen again. We've got new heater there, there's a sticker on back of these, remove that and just stick it into place. It's not like a Samsung, we don't need a little bit of wire. Beko was smart enough to obviously install drain heaters with the fridge freezers. Now we've fitted that, the machine's working as it should.